Announcers. We're very lucky to have him here in Los Angeles is Joe Davis, who is the voice of the Dodgers, but not this weekend. Joe has a more important gig for one day. It's on Saturday. He will be calling Rams-Panthers in Charlotte on Fox. Joe, we appreciate you doing this. I know it's a crazy week for you. How you been?
I'm doing good, guys. Always good to talk to you.
Well, it's great to have you. And
so, Joe, I'm having all kinds of voice problems, and I went to see Dr. Joe Sugarman down in over in Beverly Hills. He gave me a bunch of steroids and stuff. Have you ever had problems with your voice?
Yeah, not a good thing in our business, is it?
No, it's my moneymaker, man.
No, yeah. Thankfully, knock on wood, never anything crippling. But anytime I feel something coming on, my doctor knows. Obviously not a good thing to have in this business. So he knows right away to fire off, the antibiotics and the steroid pills and everything to knock it out as fast as I can. And, yeah, it doesn't always work, but I do everything I can to make sure that it does.
Joe, before we get to the Ram game, and that's the main reason we wanted to have you on, I just noticed, I'm sure you saw it too, that yesterday on 1/7, January 7th, the MLB Network devoted an entire day of programming for Shohei Ohtani. They had some. You were part of it. They had some of his great games. They had some of the interviews. He is a once in a generation athlete. As somebody that gets to call his games, what in your mind is the most amazing thing about him? And I know there could be 20 different answers to this, but I'll throw it at you that way. You get a front row seat to watch the modern day Babe Ruth. To you, what amazes you the most?
Yeah, I agree with you. There's so many different ways you can answer it. I think about how he strikes a sense of wonder even in the star players around him. Guys that are probably going to be in the Hall of Fame like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, who look at Ohtani like he's from another planet, which a lot of times it feels like. So just to see, it's not just us. It's not just the fans of the game. It's the guys who are doing this at as high a level as anybody who's ever done it that are looking at him as his own thing. So I just think seeing the way they appreciate him is probably, for me, the most profound thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I just think he is so healthy for the game of baseball. I mean, this World Series was the most viewed, most exciting, most compelling World Series we've had in years, and he's obviously a gigantic part of that. Speaking of huge and compelling, Saturday in Carolina, my Los Angeles Rams face the Panthers. I hear it's going to be raining. They played once before this year, and Carolina beat them. It was a bad game for Matthew Stafford. Are you rooting for the Rams on Saturday?
Be careful, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not going down that path. I'm rooting for – here's what I'm in the business of. I'm in the business of drama and good games. So I'm hoping that the odds makers are off like they were the first time. I don't care which way it goes. I just hope it's not a blowout.
So, Joe, I'm assuming you've called a game in Charlotte before in that stadium, have you?
Yes.
Okay, I go to Charlotte every year with the Lakers, and that stadium is right in the heart of downtown. What's it like for a home field? Is the crowd on the louder side? Is it more generic? You may get some rain that may affect things, but what's it like playing it? What are the Rams walking into on Saturday?
Well, they're walking into something that hasn't happened in a decade, and that is a home playoff game for Carolina. So I think there's a couple ways to answer that. Number one would be normally walking in there, it's not that tough because they've stunk for so long. But on the opposite end of the spectrum is they've been waiting a long time for a chance to host a playoff game. And, yeah, they're 8-9. Yeah, they backed into the playoffs. Yeah, they're a 10-point dog. But they're not letting that dampen the excitement around there. It's been a long time since they've had a playoff game, and I think that's going to mean it's going to be a revved-up environment.
Do you think Matthew Stafford has, and I'm going to look at the season, has he won the MVP? Obviously a great year, most yardage, most touchdown passes, all that stuff. There is a contingency out there that thinks Drake Maye should be the MVP. In your mind, who's the MVP of the National Football League?
Greg and I have an interesting perspective because we had the Patriots last week. So back-to-back weeks, we get to see Drake Maye and then Matthew Stafford. It's a little bit like, if you want to make a baseball comparison, it's like looking at the guy that led the league in batting average and RBIs, or maybe even home runs, against a guy who is the WAR leader and the OPS leader and on base and slugging and like every single other metric. That'd be Drake Maye. But the home run hitter and the guy with the highest batting average and the simple stats, Matthew Stafford has blown him out of the water. I don't think there's a wrong pick. You know,
That's
wrong
a good way to answer that.
The wrong thing is going to be whoever loses, because both guys deserve to win it, really.
Joe, this is a game that was played basically a month ago, and the Panthers won the game. I'm surprised that the spread, us announcer guys don't bet that.
What's weird is the spread was 10 last time. Carolina won the game. Now the spread is 10.5.
We're right. Joe, I think just objectively as a fan, I think that number's too high. I'm rooting for the Rams, but I wouldn't be surprised if this gets decided by a field goal or a touchdown. Would you?
That's what I love about the NFL, is that it's like almost every game is close, even when it looks like it's going to be a blowout. And I love the point you guys make that it was a 10-point gap last time too, and the Panthers won that game. I think the reason that it is still a 10-point gap is the Panthers won that game by being perfect. Mm-hmm. Everything that they had to have happen happened. Matthew Stafford hadn't turned the ball over in 2 months. He turned it over 3 times, including a pick six. The Panthers went 3 for 3 on fourth down. Bryce Young, out of the 46 games in his career, that was the number 1 passer rating of any of those games. All 3 of his touchdowns, big plays, 30-plus yards, and they won by 3. So it's like if you neutral things out, and you can see how the odds makers arrive at a 10-point difference.
Yeah, you said something that is so true. The NFL is ridiculously so much so, Joe, that if you look at the numbers for people that bet, the Packers are favored. They're favored to go into Chicago and beat the Bears. The 7 is favored over the 2. If the Niners beat the Eagles in Philly, none of the 3 of us would be shocked. The Niners have had games this year that would be unbelievable. I know you've only been doing this for a few years, but I've got the feeling, Joe, this is as wide open on both sides in the AFC and the NFC that it's ever been, like going back when you were just a fan. You agree with that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, who's your pick, right?
Right.
When you look just at the AFC side, it has been blocked by Mahomes and the Chiefs. 5 of the last 6 years, they've gone to the Super Bowl. They're not even in it. Lamar Jackson, because it's a quarterback league, right? Lamar Jackson, not in it. Joe Burrow, not in it. Josh Allen, injured, and the team not as good as they have been. I don't know. Trevor Lawrence, does he sneak up and the Jags make a run out of the AFC? Over on the NFC side, the defending champ Eagles, clearly vulnerable. I'm not buying the Bears as the 2 seed. You flip a coin and it lands the other way. They're not even in the playoffs with all the close wins that they had. Seattle, pretty scary, but
really good.
You fully sold on Sam Darnold being able to not cost you? I think that it's more and more looking like, you can be comfortable that Darnold is good enough. And look, Darnold's been great, but I think you can trust him enough with that defense, with Jackson Smith and Jigba, where you can call them your favorite. Then go down to the 5 seed. That offense, that head coach, with those weapons and this quarterback playing the way he's playing, and a defense getting Quentin Lake back, why can't the Rams win the whole thing? So that's a long-winded answer to make a case for just about everybody.
Yeah, and you're right. If you could pick any of the 14 teams, and I wouldn't call you crazy. I mean, Carolina would be the one longest of the shots.
I'd call you crazy.
But,
Yeah, Carolina will toss it.
Yeah.
Houston, I don't know if they have enough offense.
They got a lot of defense.
Put up 30-some points. They sure do.
Yeah.
Here's we talked about this a little bit earlier, Joe, about the fact that there are 4 of the 6 games we have home dogs. Now, doesn't that indicate that we should be structuring the playoffs a different way? Shouldn't we be going towards more of the NBA model 1-7 as opposed to division champions and bad home teams in the playoffs? What do you think of the way it's set up right now?
Yeah, I think I probably, after thinking it through, would end up in that camp. I don't know that I feel strongly that way, because I do like the idea of winning your division and those games having more meaning to them. So I would hate to throw that out, but it does feel weird to have the Rams traveling to play the Panthers. It does feel weird to have a team with a losing record in the playoffs. I think if you were to restructure the playoffs, you would need to restructure the whole league and the division setup. It would feel weird to have divisions and win your division and have it not matter, not carry some extra weight.
All right, so, Joe, I want to play something for you, and I want to get your impression of how this is going to play at Dodger Stadium next year.
All right.
Edwin Diaz, a Dodger.
You're going to have to learn this song, Joe. This is going to be in your head when you're picking your kids up at school.
I love it. You know what's funny, guys, is the day that he signed, it was my little birthday get-together with a bunch of friends over here in Pasadena, and we decided to just be totally ridiculous and get a limo for the night.
Good for you.
Took the limo into a restaurant in Hollywood, went to Musso and Frank's, classic
Beautiful
Hollywood restaurant, and had a few too many, and came out of the restaurant at the end of the night, and the limo had pulled up, and one of my buddies had connected his phone to the limo speakers and was blaring that Timmy the Trumpet song down Hollywood Boulevard.
That is a good friend right there. Good friend. All right, so, Joe, last thing for you. You're so good at this, at announcing baseball games and announcing football games. I know you kind of landed your dream job with the Dodgers. But for people who don't know, Joe was a football player in college. And at least the last time I talked to you about this, Joe, your dad was doing stats for you. Is your dad still your wingman on these NFL games?
He sure is. Yeah,
That's
he's
fantastic.
my spotter.
Okay.
So he still travels with me. It's one of the extra special things. And my dad was my coach in high school. He's in the Michigan High School Football Coaches Hall of Fame. And so, yeah, baseball, I guess, is more what I'm known for at this point. But I grew up in a football family, and football was always more the thing as a kid. So this is definitely special for me for many reasons.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you enjoy this. I won't say more than the Dodger games because I know that's your passion, but and it comes out on the air too, Joe. Your enthusiasm is fantastic. But I can tell, like, somebody told me a long time ago when I got the Laker job that one of the reasons I got it is I make it sound like there's nowhere else I'd rather be than at that game. And I think you do that too. And my sense of it was that you're enjoying this NFL stuff as much as the baseball stuff. True?
Yeah, and that's such a nice compliment to hear and to get. It's what I love is that, again, people ask me, what do you like more? And it's a cop-out answer, but it's the truth. It's whatever one I'm doing, and they're so different.
Yeah.
Baseball is just the it's kind of this slow, meandering journey that takes you through the summer and then turns into a whole different sport in the postseason. And I'm so blessed to get to do it at the very end where it becomes a pressure cooker. Football, conversely, it's an event. Every game is a big event with the build-up to it. And I'm so lucky to have great partners. You guys know that's a huge part of enjoying what you're doing in this business and in whatever business you are. The people that you're with, the people that you work with, have such a huge hand in making it an enjoyable experience. And, for this weekend, being with Greg, it's such a blast. He's one of my good buddies.
Yeah, and he's great.
He's terrific, yeah.
He's sure amazing.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And it must be cool seeing everything through your dad's eyes, too. Like, I that was one of the treats of my life was, my dad, we grew up in Toledo, Ohio. I was taking him to Final Fours and to big boxing matches in Vegas. And took him to big football games. And it was like seeing it all through his eyes kept it fresh for me. I'm like, oh, yeah, these are really cool, unique experiences that not a lot of people get.
Yeah, you're so right. He's really hard on himself, though, guys. It's like, I'm like, Dad, this is not the state championship game that you're coaching in here. It's okay. He preps for these games more than I do. Buddy, just point to the guy on my board that makes the tackle. It'll be fine.
Well, it's awesome that you get to do that with him, and I think it's gonna be a memory you're gonna carry with you for the rest of your life. Joe, we can't wait for the game. Looking forward to hearing you call. When are you going? Are you going tonight or are you going tomorrow?
Going early tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, safe travels. We'll be watching.
Go Rams.
And thank you again for doing this.
And go Rams.
You got it, boys.
See you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, travel safe.
Bye.
The great Joe Davis.